Right guys, so I said I would be back and that my second video for the night would be Halloween orientated. So yesterday myself and the wife were playing Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle Earth, and the scenario was we were trying to get into a city, but the city was inhabited by the dead, and we had to fight our way through. Now, today I was watching YouTube, and Alex from Alex Attempts Tabletop, he painted up some Games Workshop ghosts, and I thought that I would attempt to use the method that he used in order to paint up the wraiths that come from this box set. I'll put a link to Alex's video below so you can have a look how he painted his figures. But let me just show you the figures that I've done and explain some differences that I had to do because I didn't have all the paints. So I'll just get the figures and we'll have a look at them together. So here are the three figures that I painted up, and as I say, I tried to follow Alex's tutorial on how to paint ghosts, but I didn't have all the paints. So the first thing I did was sprayed these with Games Workshop's Corax White, which is their white primer. Alex used the contrast spray primer, which is the Greyseer. Then I gave these a wash of the Technical Paints Hex Wraith Flame. Now this was mixed with some Lahmian medium to water it down a bit to get it in the recesses and whatever, and you know, it tints the Corax White as opposed to painting it. Then Alex used a contrast paint, a yellow contrast paint. I can't remember what it was called. I haven't got that, so I used the layer paint Uriel Yellow, and what I did was use just one part of the paint to 6 parts of the Lahmian medium again. And then what I didn't quite get was the yellow, I believe, should be applied whilst the other paint, the Hex Wraith Flame, is still wet, so that you get a blend of the colours. So a couple of my figures were starting to dry, so yeah, it's I'm not quite sure whether you should blend them at the same time to get that yellow hue to them. So once I'd done that, he then suggests that you do a dry brush. Once it's all dry, do a dry brush of the Pallid Witch Flesh, and not to be too excessive with that. So that's what I did following his example, as I say, just that difference. Then I detracted from that I based the figures, so that's just, I actually used super glue and sand and grit because I wanted these done relatively quickly. Once that was dry, I then did I painted the base black, then I painted the base Rhinox hide, then I did a dry brush of Doomball brown, and that was that. But I remembered that Games Workshop do another technical paint, which is Nihilakh Oxide, and that's the blue tint that you can see on the ground and on parts of the figures. And I used this previously for skeletons that I did for my son's undead army, and so I thought I would use it again in this instance. So I basically painted that on straight from the pot, and once it was dry, I did a bit of a dry brush again, but this time I used some of the Nihilakh Oxide, and I added some Screaming Skull just to make it a lighter colour, and I dry brushed that over the previous paint that you see on the base, just to give it a bit more, trying to give it a bit more of an ethereal look. So that's it, basically, for my Halloween paint job, if you like. I'm not sure I've ever done a video specifically for Halloween before, so something else new today. There is one other character that I painted up, and I'll just show you him. So that's this guy in front. He doesn't come with the initial box set that I've shown you tonight. This figure comes as an add-on. There's him and two other figures in a mini box set, and then I bought another mini box set which had 3 figures in, and I've also bought the Shadowed Paths expansion set for this game as well, because as I say, me and the wife are thoroughly enjoying playing that. Anyway guys, happy Halloween. I know that COVID's going to have an effect on celebrations and such like. It's not such a big thing in the UK, Halloween, but I know it is in the States, so it's a shame that you know, it will have an effect on parties and such like. Stay safe everyone, and I'll catch up with you soon.